It's been a while since I've done one of these. Hi everyone. Today I thought I would give what's the word I'm looking for here? Monthly planning a try. I'm sort of adapting to bringing a pre-printed planner back into my previously bullet journal only lifestyle. I used to love the shit out of my monthly planners. And then I mainly moved over to Google Calendar. My monthlies started getting neglected. And in my bullet journal, my monthly is used for habit tracking. So what do I need this for? Well, I'm thinking about switching a bunch of things up come 2022. And so I figured I'd give this a try now. What I'm thinking about doing is using this to put in family appointments, like stuff outside of work. So non-work items. I'm trying to set boundaries in the month of October. You'll see in my upcoming goals videos that boundaries is going to be a really big thing for me in the next quarter. Like mainly around work versus home life. And so I really want to get my home life sorted in this calendar. And so what I'm going to do, I think, is not go heavy on the stickers this month. I think what I'm going to do is go heavy on the washi and the zig dot markers, I think is the way I'm going to do it. Now, will I use stickers again in the monthly? Of course I will, but it's just not what I'm planning to do right now. Partly because this is such a big fucking planner. I don't know how many of my stickers are going to fit in here, and partly because I'm not really sure how I'm going to use it yet. So here's the thought. I've got these two washis, one for decoration and one for utilizing in other ways. This washi tape they're both old. I don't know where I got them from. I've had them for years. I think I got them in one of those like co-op type groups or whatever. And then for my zig markers, I'm going to put my color code up here, but I've got a handful of zig dot markers that basically match this color scheme. So I think we'll start with washing off the top of this calendar to give it kind of a fun look, and then throwing some washi tape down on the week that my kids are going to be in California with their dad. If you haven't been around long enough for me to have been doing a lot of monthly planning, that like washi tape for custody was always one of my standards. I'm not going to try and cover up any of the dates. I don't have the kind of stickers for that right now. Even if I was using stickers in this plan, this is a little bit older washi tape, so it's being a little touchy. This is just a note for all of you washi tape hoarders like me. It does stop getting sticky after a while, so use it or lose it, my dudes. Use it or lose it. I don't know what I'm going to use all these calendars for. I don't really understand the point of having them all on one page. It's one of the things with the MomAgenda that kind of weirds me out, like habit tracking, things like that. Yeah, but like for that far in advance? Question mark? I don't know. And I'm using this skinnier one. Oh no. Or it does that shit. Fucking ball sack. Well, I might be able to use this piece for this section. Let's see if I can manage this without destroying it. Probably not, but we shall see. Oh, look at that. Hell yeah. And I'm just using the skinnier one because I would still like plenty of space, ample space for other things to be written in, because I have some ideas on that and I'll talk about that in a minute once I've gotten all of this in. I also have my motherfucker. It's okay. This is just a reminder to use your washi tape, children. Oh my God. And that when you do use it, don't be all aggro. Alrighty. That's in. Okay, so color coding. I've got 6 markers here. I'm going to dot them in and I'll fill it in and explain what colors are what. I don't have anything on here for the cats because I don't currently have any appointments for them in October. I'll add a color in if I need to once we get into the month, but right now it's pretty much not that. So I've got yellow for Jessie, like a brown for me, gray for exercise. What I want to do is come back in here and write down the exercises, like the Peloton classes I take on any given day, just so I have a record of it. And then Cat, RJ, and Bills / Payday. Mostly Paydays because Jessie is the one who handles most of the bills, so I don't really need to write them in here. All right, so let's start adding this in. So I guess the first thing we'll do is put both kids on both of these 2 days in terms of their flight. They both have flights because they're, going together to California. And And I'll write the information in there at a time when you guys are not watching, but so their flights are in. Now I'm going to pull up the school calendar and put in all that stuff. All right, I need to get in the days. Are they A days or B days? I don't know what college prep day is, but it has a different schedule or something's different about it. Enough that it's on the calendar. A and B days are in. School days off are in. It's a pretty simple month when it comes to that. All right, so I'm just going to go through, I guess, with each person's color and just enter some things in. So I guess we'll start with Paydays. The way Paydays work is that Jesse gets paid twice a month from his job, and then I pay a salary for myself on the same days. I don't put in, like, when I get money from different sources on here. That's part of business stuff, and, like, my family stuff does not overlap with that. I have separate business bank accounts, and so all of the money comes into that account, those accounts, and then I pay myself out a paycheck twice a month. So that's the money we use for personal stuff. So just having payday written in on those 2 days is nice. And then I am going to grab, I guess, yellow for Jesse. I know he has at least one appointment, which he still hasn't put on the calendar yet, but I know it's on the 11th, right? I believe it's on the 11th. But I need him to put it on the calendar, Jesse. I don't know put his name, though, because that's his color. Oh, my God. You can tell I'm not somebody who does a lot of color coding, at least in my planner. I do a shit ton of color coding in my Google Calendar. I think it's at 1:45, but I'm not going to write that in. I'm going to tell him to fucking tell me. Let's put some appointments in for Kat. I've got a bunch of shit for Kat. The choir concert on the 5th. Kat has a doctor's appointment on the 6th. I have a doctor's appointment on the 6th too, but we'll get to that in a minute. Kat has an appointment on the 14th. And then this, I guess we'll put on here, is for both kids. It's the end of the quarter and then the start of the new quarter. So we'll just add RJ here and RJ here. I'm going to put my live streams in here as well, because those are appointments that I have that, generally speaking, can't be interrupted or moved around. At least I try not to, but let's see, what else do we have? So I just put a bunch of appointments in for me. Let's explain some of them. Another goal you're going to see is that I'm going to try and start doing no work Saturdays. Now, I don't have that on my power sheets for this next month, but I am putting it on here just so that I can give it a shot. It'll definitely become a goal probably in November, but currently I would like to just sort of try to not work on Saturdays. Sundays, I'm just going to put live 2:30 to 5, because that's the time for my hangout and the time for the live stream. You'll notice there is not a live stream or a hangout on the 17th, and that's because that's the day my kids are flying, and I'm going to be in my feels. So there will just be a video going up that day. But those are live stream time frames on the weekends. And then on the Tuesdays are my regular patron lives that I do every week for the most part. And then I have a doctor's appointment on the 6th. It's a gynecologist appointment for, regular, checkup, but also to get a new IUD, which means I'm not going to be feeling all that hot, because getting an IUD inserted is not the most fun thing in the world. Now, what I'm going to do on the bottom here is just put a preemptive gray dot for Peloton. If I don't do anything that day, I just won't fill it in. But this is a reminder every day to put in whatever I do on the Peloton, whether it's on the bike, whether it's yoga, whether it's something else, but even if it's just meditation. Not that meditation is just meditation, but even if it is not movement, but it's still something. If I do something on the app in any form, I'm going to write it on here to keep track. On the 15th, pest control is coming. So I'm putting that as green because, we also have to pay it, and we don't have a time yet, but that's the day they're supposed to come out. I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I guess I can put that they need a pack on this day too, so I don't forget. My red is nowhere near as squishy as my other ones, so it doesn't quite lay down as easily. I think Jess and I should schedule a date night on the 22nd because it'll be the end of our week without the kids, and we're both going to be sad pandas, so we should do a date night that night. I really want to do a date night or a date whatever every week in the month of October. That would be really nice because Jess and I just need to like pull our shit together, but I'm not really sure how that's going to work yet. I don't know if scheduling them ahead of time is a good idea. Could be on a Saturday, but I'd like to spend time with the kids on a Saturday. So I don't know yet. I think this is going to be everything. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. Am I going to use this? Part of the reason I put the Peloton in here is to cause me to check in with it. Like I'm probably just going to come in every week when I sit down to do my weekly planning and go into the app and just fill it all out, which is what I do with my bullet journal calendar. I just go through and I check everything off there. So there is that. I love how this looks. I love the simplicity of it. I love the color coding. I love how easy it is to just sort of throw together. What I don't know yet is whether or not I just did a whole bunch of busy work or not. I guess I'll have to update you next month. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see an update video on this. I'd love to do it, but if monthly planning videos, even if I have no idea what I'm doing, are not your jam, I'd also like to know that because I only want to make stuff you guys actually want to watch. So please let me know. And I would also love to hear from you in the comments. How do you monthly plan? How do you keep track of like your schedule, the schedule of the people that you have to like kind of, if you have a family or roommates, whatever the case may be, how do you keep like an overview of a schedule? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, my friends, peace.